Hello students, hope you all are fine, and in the previous classes we studied about AP. We discussed about what is nth term of AP, what is sum of n terms of AP, and then we have discussed also some word problems related to AP. Today what we are going to do, we are going to do some extra questions which are related to AP there. So normally these extra questions are very important, and usually these questions are asked in the examination also. So we'll discuss some questions. So before doing the question, first we should know the first one, relationship between three numbers when they are in AP. So whenever three numbers are in AP, they are satisfying some property. So we will check what is that property. Suppose three numbers A, B, C are in AP. A, B, C are in AP. We know the concept there. We are just generalizing the concept now. We know how we are checking whether the numbers are in AP or not. The first class we discussed how we are checking. We are checking the difference of these consecutive terms. If the difference is same, then we are saying they are in AP. So at present already it is written A, B, C are in AP. Then according to that concept, what will come? B minus A should be equal to C minus B. If difference is same, then only we are saying they are in AP. So if it is given A, B, C are in AP, then their difference should be equal. So just we are rearranging the numbers now. Minus B I will shift to left hand side. So it will be equal to B plus B is equal to C minus A shifted to right hand side. So C plus A. So B plus B will be equal to 2B is equal to C plus A. So either you can rewrite this relation, or what you can write, B is equal to A plus C by 2. What was B here? B was the middle number there. So middle number is equal to what we did there? A plus C divided by 2. A and C, two numbers are there, and we divided the two numbers by 2. Where we are doing this one? Sum of the numbers divided by total numbers. Where we are using this concept? Yes, we are using this concept in mean there. So that's why B is called, I will write here, so since B is equal to A plus C by 2, and if we have to find out the average of A and C, then also we will do this only, A plus C by 2. So that's why B is called the arithmetic mean of A and C. So B means the middle number. So middle number is equal to sum of its previous number and succeeding number divided by 2. So this is the concept which we are going to use to solve some questions there. So this is the first point. Second point also, all of you write down these in your maths notebook there. Now second point we will check. Second concept is how we will write down the numbers when three numbers are in AP. When three numbers are in AP. So usually if three numbers are in AP, it is given in word problems. In that case, their sum also will be given. So we will take the numbers in such a way that common difference should get cancelled there. So if three numbers are in AP, we will take the numbers as, if three numbers are there, we know the middle term will be a single term. So that term we will take as A. What will be the next term? A plus D. What will be the previous term? Yes, previous term will be equal to A minus D. So when three numbers are in AP, we will take the numbers as A minus D, A plus D. Why we are taking in this way? Because whenever in word problem question will be given, then if three numbers are in AP given, then in most of the question their sum also will be given. So when we will add, D and minus D will get cancelled, and we will get the value of A from here. Otherwise, normally if you will take, let the numbers be A plus D, A plus 2D. In that case also we can solve it, but calculation will be lengthy. In this case, our so many calculations will come, and we know our maximum mark is 4 mark only. So instead of doing this all calculations, what we will do, we'll use the simple formula. If 3 numbers are in AP, we will take the numbers as A minus D, A plus D. In this case, what is our common difference? Common difference is D. Difference between these two terms is D. Now we will write down when 4 numbers are in AP. How we will take out the numbers when 4 numbers are in AP? If 4 numbers are there, then we know 2 middle terms will be there. So A we cannot write. This one we are taking to adjust the terms there. So that here like minus D and plus D we are getting in the same way we are arranging now. So since 2 middle terms are there, I will take the middle term as A minus D, and next I will take as A plus D. So A minus D and A plus D. If you will find out the difference, common difference. So we will do the subtraction. A plus D minus inside the bracket A minus D. Open the bracket, then we will get A plus D minus A. Minus into minus will be equal to plus. So A minus A will get cancelled. We will get the common difference as 2D. So what will be the next term here? A plus D plus 2D. So that will be equal to A plus 3D. And similarly here previous term will be equal to A minus 3D. So again we have taken in this way so that when we will add D and D, everything will get cancelled. We will get the value of A from here only. Just remember, in this case our common difference is 2D. All of you please write down there. Common difference in this case is 2D. Common difference is 2D. So in this way, suppose if 5 numbers are in AP. 5 numbers are in AP. Using this concept, we can write down any numbers whenever they are in AP. 5 means odd. If odd number is there, then middle term will be equal to A only. Next term A plus D. Next will be equal to A plus 2D. Previous term will be equal to A minus D. Next term will be equal to A minus 2D. So just remember this one. If 3 numbers are in AP, we will take out the numbers as A minus D, A plus D, and common difference is D. Not minus D, common difference is D. If 4 numbers are in AP, we will take the numbers as A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D, and in this case our common difference is 2D. If 5 numbers are in AP, then we will take the numbers as A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 2D. Clear? Please note down all these concepts there. By using these concepts only, we are going to solve. Written? Okay. Now we will solve the question based on these two concepts there. First concept we studied is, if 3 numbers A, B, C are in AP, then 2B is equal to A plus C. And then how to take out the numbers when they are in AP. So all of you write down the first question. Find X if 2X comma X plus 10, 2X comma X plus 10 comma 3X plus 2 are in AP. Find X if 2X comma X plus 10 comma 3X plus 2 are in AP. So already in the question it is given these 3 numbers are in AP. So we wrote the formula there. If A, B, C are in AP, then we got 2B is equal to A plus C. 2B means 2 times the middle term is equal to sum of these 2 terms. So what is our middle term here? X plus 10. So according to this formula, what will come? 2 into X plus 10 is equal to sum of these 2. So 2X plus 3X plus 2. Now we will simplify it. 2 into x will be equal to 2x plus 2 into 10, 20 is equal to 2x plus 3x plus 2. 2x, if I will shift here, 2x and minus 2x will get cancelled there. So we are not writing that term, directly we cancelled the term. So remaining is 20 is equal to 3x plus 2. Now what we will do? We will shift 2 to left hand side. Here it is positive 2. So when you will change the position, it will get subtracted. So 20 minus 2 is equal to 3x. 20 minus 2, 18 is equal to 3x. So we will get x is equal to 18 divided by 3. So that will be equal to 6. So answer is 6. So in this way we have to do the question. If three numbers already given, they are in AP. So next question is, all of you write the questions with me there. Don't simply look at the board. Please write down with me. Next question is, find k if k square plus 4k plus 8, comma 2k square plus 3k plus 6, comma 3k square plus 4k plus 4 are in AP. So already it is given, these numbers are in AP. So again we can use the concept, if these numbers are in AP, then 2 times the middle number is equal to sum of these two. So 2 times the middle number, that is 2k square plus 3k plus 6 is equal to k square plus 4k plus 8 plus 3k square plus 4k plus 4. We can multiply here. So 2 into 2, 4k square plus 2 into 3k, 6k plus 2 into 6, 12 is equal to k square plus 3k square will be equal to 4k square plus 4k will be equal to, yes, 8k. 8 plus 4, 12. Now what we will do? Just to check, anything will get cancelled there? Yes, 4k square and 4k square will get cancelled. 12 and 12 also will get cancelled. So remaining is what? 6k is equal to 8k. Now don't cancel this k and k. Then what is the value of k here? What should we do? We'll shift this 6k to right hand side. So 8k minus 6k. So that will come 2k is equal to 0. Then what we will get? K is equal to 0 divided by 2. So k is equal to 0. So method is clear. How to do the question? If three numbers are in AP. Okay. So we'll do one more question there. Question number 3 is, find x if 8x plus 4, comma 6x minus 2 and 2x plus 7 are in AP. Find x if 8x plus 4, 6x minus 2 and 2x plus 7 are in AP. All of you start doing. Do with me there. So we know if they are in AP, 2 times the middle number is equal to sum of first and third number. 8x plus 4 plus 2x plus 7. Again we can simplify it. 2 into 6, 12x. 2 into minus 2, minus 4 is equal to 8 plus 2, 10x. 4 plus 7, 11. So 12x minus 10x. So that will be equal to 2x is equal to 11 plus 4, 15. So what we will get? X is equal to 15 by 2. So in this way we can solve the question if three numbers already given, they are in AP. Method is clear? Yes. Now we will move to the next type of questions. Question number 4. In question number 4, it is given sum of three numbers in AP is minus 3 and their product is 8. All of you write down. It is given sum of three numbers in AP is -3 and their product is 8. Find the numbers. How many numbers are there? 3 numbers are there. So before only we wrote if 3 numbers are there in AP, how we will write down the numbers? Yes, A minus D, A plus D. So write down, let the numbers be A minus D, A and A plus D. 3 numbers are in AP. Now it is given sum of these 3 numbers is -3. Their sum is equal to -3. So A minus D plus A plus D is equal to -3 is given. Now here D and -D will get cancelled. That's why we selected the numbers in this way. A plus A. So we will get 3A is equal to -3. So from here we will get A is equal to -1. So we got the value of A as -1. Now to find out the numbers, we want the value of D also. So to calculate the value of D, next information is given. And their product is 8. Product of these 3 numbers is 8 is given. So we will multiply now. A minus D into A plus D is equal to 8 is given. Don't substitute the value of A at present. First we will simplify it. A into A minus D into A plus D. So by using the identity A plus B into A minus B, A square minus B square. So it will be equal to A square minus D square is equal to 8. Now we can substitute the value. In place of A, -1. -1 the whole square. So that will be equal to 1 only. 1 minus D square is equal to 8. Now -1 we can multiply. So it will be equal to -1 plus D square is equal to 8, or D square is equal to 8 plus 1, 9. So D is equal to, now here normally students will do the mistake that they will write only 3 here. No, you have to write both the values, plus or minus 3. 3 you can write when you haven't studied negative integers. Now we know 3 square is also 9 and minus 3 square is also 9. So always whenever you are finding the square root, write down both the numbers, positive and negative. So we got the value of A and D. Now we will find out what will be the numbers. So write down there the numbers are. Now first we will take D is equal to 3. How we wrote the numbers? A minus D, A plus D. Now we will substitute the value. Our value of A is -1. So -1, -3, comma, -1. Next is -1 plus 3. Then what will be the number -1 minus 3? -4, -1, 3 minus 1, 2. So when D is equal to 3, we will get the numbers -4, -1, 2. Now we will take second case. If D is equal to -3, then what will come? A minus D. A is -1 minus 3. So that will be equal to +3, comma. A is same, -1. Then next here it will come -1 plus -3. So that will be equal to minus. So we'll get here 3 minus 1, 2, -1, -4. So just to check, the numbers are reversed only. In first case we got -4, -1, 2. And in second case when we are substituting, we got 2, -1, -4. So once only this one I have shown to explain. When you will write this one, so you can write in this way. The numbers are -4, -1, 2, or just reverse the order there. You don't have to show this step. Clear? Okay. Now we'll do some more questions. Question number 5. Question number 5 written there. Divide 32 into 4 parts which are in AP. So first information, divide 32 into 4 parts which are in AP. How we have to divide? We have to divide 32 into 4 parts. So 4 numbers are there which are in AP. So when 4 numbers are there, how we are taking? Yes, A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D. So first write down. Let the 4 parts be. Let the 4 parts be A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D. Clear? Okay. Now which number we have divided into 4 parts? 32. So what will be sum of all these parts? We have divided 32 only into 4 parts. So when we will add all these parts, what will come? Sum? Yes, sum will be equal to 32. So we will write A minus 3D plus A minus D plus A plus D plus A plus 3D is equal to 32. Here minus 3D plus 3D will get cancelled, minus D plus D will get cancelled. A plus A 4 times. So that will be equal to 4A is equal to 32. So we will get A is equal to 8. So from here we got the value of A. Now moving on to the next information, such that the product of extremes is to the product of means. What is this product of extremes? Extreme meaning what? Yes, extreme meaning at the end there. So product of extremes, extreme corner. So if you will check here the numbers, what are the numbers in corners? Yes, A minus 3D and A plus 3D. So these numbers are called extremes, and the middle numbers are called means. So it is given product of extremes is to the product of means is 7 is to 15. Product of extremes. So A minus 3D into A plus 3D by their ratio is given. Product of means A minus D into A plus D is equal to, how much it is given? 7 is to 15. So 7 by 15. Now again, don't substitute the value of A at present. We will simplify everything and then we will substitute the value. Here we can use the identity A plus B into A minus B. So it will be equal to A square minus 3D the whole square. So we will get A square minus 9D square by denominator also use the same identity. Then we will get A square minus D square is equal to 7 by 15. Now we will simplify it. Anywhere I will write the value of A here. We got A is equal to 8. Now do the cross multiplication. So it will be equal to 15 into A square. 15 A square minus 15 9s are 135 D square is equal to 7A square minus 7D square. We can shift the expression here. 15A square minus 7A square is equal to minus 7D square plus 135D square. 15 minus 7. 15 minus 7 will be equal to 8. So we are getting 8A square is equal to 135 minus 7. So 135 minus 7 will be equal to 15 minus 7 will be equal to 8. So 128. 15 minus 7. 128D square. So you can check whether it is, whether both the terms are, now we are dividing it to make our calculation easy. Whether this expression is divisible by 8? Yes, 8 ones are 8, 8 6 are. So what we can do, we can cancel whole term by 8 or we can shift 8 here. Which one is easy? You can do. So we will get A square is equal to 8 ones are 8, 12 minus 8, 4. So 8 6 are 48. So we are getting a square is equal to 16d square. Now what we will do? We will substitute the value of a. Our value of a is 8. Now substitute here. So 8 square will get 64 is equal to 16d square, or d square is equal to 64 divided by 16. So 16 fours is 64. So we will get d square is equal to 4. So again d is equal to plus or minus 2. So we got the value of d as plus or minus 2. So in the previous one I explained you by taking both the values. D is equal to plus 2 and minus 2. Here we will do one only. The second one directly we will write. How we wrote the numbers? A minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d. So we will write now the numbers are d is equal to 2 we are taking, because negative 2 sometimes it will be difficult to calculate. So we are taking d is equal to 2. A is equal to 8. So 8 minus 3 into 2, 6. Then 8 minus 2. Then 8 plus 2. And here it will be equal to a plus 3d. 8 plus 3 into 2, 6. So 8 minus 6 is 2. 8 minus 2, 6. 8 plus 2, 10. 8 plus 6, 14. So the numbers are 2, 6, 10, 14. Or we know if we will take d is equal to minus 2, we will get the reverse order. So you don't have to show, just write down or 14, 10, 6, 2. That much is enough there, because sometimes they will deduct marks there if you are not writing in this way. So better, why to deduct our mark? Write down completely. Clear? So moving on to the next question, question number 6. In question number 6 it is written, the angles of a quadrilateral are in AP. Angles of a quadrilateral are in AP. Angles of a quadrilateral. How many angles are there in a quadrilateral? Yes, 4 angles are there. So, what is written? It is written 4 angles are in AP, or 4 numbers are in AP. So, when 4 numbers are in AP, how we are writing? Yes, let the numbers be. What are the numbers? A minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d. But their sum is not given. Do you know what is the sum of all these 4 angles? They are the angles of a quadrilateral. Yes, their sum is equal to 180 or 360. Sum is equal to 360 degrees. So we will write now a minus 3d plus a minus d plus a plus d plus a plus 3d is equal to 360 degree. So again minus 3d plus 3d minus d plus d will get cancelled. We will get 4a is equal to 360. Then from here we got a is equal to 90 degree. So we got the value of a. And then it is written there whose common difference is 10 degree. What we wrote in this case when we are writing the numbers in this way, the common difference was d. No, the common difference was 2d. So it is given 2d is equal to 10 degree. Then what we will get? D is equal to 10 divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2 will be equal to 5. So we have got D is equal to 5. Now what we will do? We will substitute the value. Just write down the angles are. Angles are. First is 90. So 90 minus 5. 90 minus first is 3D. So 90 minus 3 into 5. So it will be equal to 90 minus 15. Next is 90 minus 5. Then next 90 plus 5. Next it will be equal to 90 plus 15. 90 minus 15 will be equal to 75. Then 19 minus 5, 85, 95, 90 plus 10, 105. You can check their sum also is equal to 105 plus 75 will be equal to 180. And here also the sum will come is equal to 360 degrees. So remember, when we are taking the numbers in this way, our common difference is 2D, not equal to D. Clear? Yes. So moving on to the next question. Question number 7. Question number 7, it is written, find the 4 numbers in AP. Find the 4 numbers in AP whose sum is 50. So again 4 numbers are there. So we'll take the 4 numbers as, let the numbers be A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D and A plus 3D. So whenever you are writing the question, read part by part and solve it now. So find 4 numbers in AP whose sum is 50 given. So sum of these numbers is 50. So A minus 3D plus A minus D plus A plus D plus A plus 3D is equal to 50 is given. Minus 3D plus 3D cancelled, these two cancelled, we will get 4A is equal to 50, or A is equal to 50 by 4. 50 by 4 we can cancel, then we will get A is equal to 25 by 2. So we got the value of A. Then it is written, next information, in which the greatest number is 4 times the least. Out of these number, which one is the greatest one? Yes, this number. So greatest number is, so whatever the information written, we will rewrite in the form of equation. Greatest number, that is A plus 3D, is, S means equal to 4 times. So 4 into the least. What is the smallest number? The number which is in the left side. So smallest number is A minus 3D. So greatest number is 4 times the smallest number. Now we'll simplify it. A plus 3D is equal to 4A minus 12D. Now we can shift the expression there. 3D plus 12D. So 3D plus 12. 3 plus 12 will be equal to 15D is equal to 4A minus A. So that will be equal to 3A. So we are getting 3A is equal to 15D. Again we can divide it by 3. So we will get A is equal to 5D. And value of A already we are knowing. The value of A is 25 by 2. So somewhere I will write the value here. A is equal to 25 by 2 we have. And here we got A is equal to 5D. Now substitute the value. 25 by 2 is equal to 5D. So D is equal to 5. We will shift here. 5 is multiplied by D. So when you will change the position, it will get divided. So it will come in denominator. 2 into 5. So 5 and 5 we can cancel. Value of D is equal to 5 by 2. Now we want the numbers there. So we will write the numbers are how we wrote the numbers? A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, A plus 3D. Now we will substitute the value A. Value of A was 25 by 2 minus 3D. So 3 into 5 by 2. So 15 by 2, comma. A minus D. 25 by 2 minus 5 by 2. A plus D. 25 by 2 plus 5 by 2. A plus 3D. So 25 by 2 plus 15 by 2. So denominators are same. So directly we can add or subtract the numerator. So 25 minus 15. 25 minus 10 will be equal to 25 minus 10, 15. And 15 minus 5 will be equal to 10. So we are getting here 10 by 2, 5. Next one, 25 minus 5, 20 by 2, 10. Then 25 plus 5, 30 by 2, 15. Next 25 plus 15. 25 plus 15 will be equal to 40. 40 by 2, 20. So the numbers are 5, 10, 15, 20. So hope these questions are clear to you. One more question is there. That is slightly difficult. So please just check it carefully. This is very higher order thinking question. I will explain you. It was written, if a raised to n plus 1 plus b raised to n plus 1 by a raised to n plus b raised to n is the arithmetic mean between a and b. All of you please write down, if a raised to n plus 1 plus b raised to n plus 1 by a raised to n plus b raised to n is the arithmetic mean between a and b, then find the value of n. Then find the value of n. So it was given in the question, this is the arithmetic mean between a and b. But we know what is the arithmetic mean of two numbers. What will be the arithmetic mean of a and b? Arithmetic mean means mean. We know a plus b divided by 2. So already it is given. We know this is the arithmetic mean and it is given this is the arithmetic mean. So what we will do? We will equate. Write down. A raised to n plus 1 plus this is equal to a plus b by 2. If it is the arithmetic mean, then both should be equal. Now what we will do first? We will do the cross multiplication here. 2 will be multiplied by both. So we will get 2 into a raised to n plus 1 plus 2 into b raised to n plus 1 is equal to. Here concept of multiplication of polynomials. A raised to n will be multiplied by both the terms. Here power, if you will check, power is 1 only. A raised to 1 into a raised to n into a raised to 1. X raised to m into x raised to n is equal to x raised to m plus n. So that concept we are going to use here. So we will get a raised to n plus 1 plus a raised to n multiplied by b. So that will be as it is, a raised to n into b. Then b raised to n multiplied by a. Then plus b raised to n into b raised to 1. So that will be equal to b raised to n plus 1. Now a raised to n plus 1, here also same power and here also we have same power. So that expression we will shift to left hand side. 2 into a raised to n plus 1 plus 2b raised to n plus 1 minus a raised to n plus 1 minus b raised to n plus 1 is equal to a raised to n into b plus b raised to n into a. Till here it is clear. We did the cross multiplication and the same expression we shifted to one side. Now we'll simplify it. 2 into a raised to n plus 1 minus a raised to n plus 1. It is same as 2x minus x. So what we will get? X. So we will get a raised to n plus 1. Similarly here what we will get? B raised to n plus 1 is equal to a raised to n into b plus b raised to n into a. Now what we will do? In which term a raised to n is there, that terms we will write together. A raised to n plus 1. Here how we will rewrite this one? We know this formula. X raised to m into x raised to n is equal to x raised to m plus n. So normally always this type of question will be given and we are writing in this way. Now here what is given? In this way it is written. We will rewrite in this way now. X raised to m plus n can be written as x raised to m into x raised to n. So here also a raised to n plus 1 can be written as a raised to n into a. Now here this a raised to n into b I am shifting to left hand side. Here b raised to n into a. This one also shifted to right hand side. Again b raised to n plus 1 can be written as b raised to n into b. What is the common factor in these two terms? A raised to n. Take it outside. Inside the bracket what will come? A minus b. What is the common factor here? B raised to n. Inside the bracket remaining is? Yes, a minus b. So you can check in both the terms a minus b is there. So these two will get cancelled. So remaining what we are getting, a raised to n is equal to b raised to n. Now what we will do, we'll shift this b raised to n to left hand side. Not as subtraction, we are shifting as division there. So a raised to n by b raised to n is equal to, what will come here? Yes, 1. A raised to n by b raised to n can be written as a by b whole raised to n is equal to 1. So a number raised to something is equal to 1. Whose number raised to something is equal to 1? Any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So what should be the value of n? N is equal to 0. Why we wrote n is equal to 0? We are getting a by b whole raised to n is equal to 1. And we studied this property. X raised to 0 only is equal to 1. So any number, if its power is 0, then only its value will be equal to 1 there. Whether it is positive, negative, anything. If its power is 0, then its value is 1. So we are getting n is equal to 0. So hope these questions are clear to you. These are the extra questions there. Thank you.